Today, we are going to show you how to program the Hudson motor. With a 6-channel remote, model HU306, you change the channel by pressing the plus and minus buttons at the bottom of the remote. Let us start the programming by waking the motor by pressing the programming button on the head of the motor with a paperclip. The motor should respond by jogging once. At this time, press the up and down arrows on the remote, and this should connect the remote to your motor, which will give you a jog in response. We will now check the moving direction of the shade. If you press up, does the shade go up? Or does it go the opposite way? If it goes the opposite way, you can invert the direction by pressing and holding the pause button until the shade jogs. Once it jogs, press the down arrow. This should invert the direction of the motor. If your motor direction is correct, you can skip to the limit settings step. To set the limits, press and hold the up arrow and take your shade to your preferred top limit. Once you select where your top limit will be, press and hold both the down arrow and the pause button at the same time. This will make the shade start rolling down on its own. You will stop it with the pause button wherever you want your bottom limit to be. Once you have selected your bottom limit, you will go ahead and press the up and pause buttons together, which will make the shade start rolling up on its own, and it will automatically stop at your selected top limit. To finish our programming, we will press and hold the pause button until the shade jogs. Then remove the back cover and tap the P2 button located on the right-hand side of the remote. You are now done programming your Hudson motor. We will now go over additional steps, which can only be done after you have completely finished the motor programming. If you need to adjust your limits after you have already programmed your shade, you can adjust it by moving the shade to its current limit. For example, here we will go ahead and let it roll to its current bottom limit. Once we are at the bottom limit, we can adjust it by pressing and holding both the up and down buttons together. This will make the shade jog, signaling that it has gone into limit adjustment mode, and you will now be able to lower the limit further than its current location. Once you have adjusted the limit to your desired position, press and hold the pause button until you get a jog out of the shade in order to get out of limit adjustment mode. To increase or lower the speed of the motor, all you have to do is press the up and pause buttons together to increase the speed and the down and pause together to lower it. To copy a motor to more than one channel or even another remote, remove the back cover and you will press and hold the P2 button on the channel that the motor is currently programmed on. In this case, in channel 1, the motor will jog in response. Select the channel that you wish to copy the programming into. In this example, channel 6, and just tap the P2 button, the motor will respond by jogging. At this point, you should be able to control your Hudson motor from both channel 1 and channel 6. This same step can also be used to copy from one remote to another. This concludes the programming of your Hudson motor.